Virgo, December begins with the Sag energy, and on the 2nd we have the new moon in Sagittarius. The Sagittarius is a mutable sign, just like you're a mutable sign, and that means it's in a tension aspect to you. It's 90 degrees away from you. Now, it doesn't mean that December has to be a tense month, but it does mean that there could be some times that come up, at least for the first few weeks before the sun goes into Capricorn, where you may feel that feeling of, I need to get moving on, I need to get things done, especially because Mars is still in your sign. Mars being in your sign, yeah, there might be a couple of days where you get aggravated, but Mars in your sign can allow you to get a lot of projects finished, and it will be in your sign until the 7th. Now, the new moon is in a sector of your world to you that's called the solar 4th house, and that represents home. But Sag is about traveling. So here's interesting. Do you travel to your home? Or do you, and Sagittarius is about expansion, or do you do something in your home where you're living, where you just feel freer in your own home, you feel that you can expand it? There's the Mars, when Mars goes into Libra, it's going into what's called your solar 2nd house, and that is about money and your self-worth and what you value. Mars will be going retrograde in 2014. So instead of spending only 2 months in this sign, which is what it normally does, it will be there for 8 months. So you will have 8 months of putting effort. Mars is about putting effort into something, putting energy into something, getting motivated about something, into finances. Now, because Mars is in Libra, and Libra is about balance, it's balancing the income outcome of your life and finding what you feel is fair and just in financial matters, but also being able to put energy into the things that you enjoy, the things that you value, things that are important to you, and feeling that that is balanced in your life. The full moon in Gemini on the 17th is very intense because the planet Uranus is going direct the same day. And the full moon is between your inner world. Remember I said the solar 4th house is about your home and family. Well, it's also about your inner world, your private world, the nighttime world. When you go home from work, even though I know people work at night, but it is a metaphor. That nighttime energy, that nurturing energy, versus being out in the world. So it's really saying, hey, make sure you have your outer world, who you are in the outer world, what the outer world expects from you, what you expect from yourself in your work, all of that, and what you need to do at home and for your inner world, that's in balance. And the planet Uranus going direct that day, that's an aha moment, it's sudden awareness. You can have some sudden awareness about what that means for you. The sun going into Capricorn, the winter solstice for us above the equator, the solstice point is also another one of these major shifts where we have another important event happening, which is Venus going retrograde that same day. So we go into the Capricorn energy. It's in your solar 5th house. It's earth to earth. Earth to earth is harmonious. And Venus will be going retrograde in your solar 5th house. So this is, Venus retrograde is this global energy of rethink relationships. But you have to, in order to understand it in a deeper level, you have to understand what does a chart look like when Venus goes retrograde, and how does it impact you personally. So going retrograde in an earth sign in your 5th house is suggesting rethink what makes you happy, rethink what brings you joy, rethink what your hobbies are, this is also the house of dating. So if you're single, it's about rethink what you want to do on a date. Even if you're in a committed relationship, maybe even more so if you're in a committed relationship, rethink how to bring the romance back into your life and go let it be, let's go dating again. Let's go on a date. So it can be really, this Venus retrograde can be really positive for you. Although, in general, if you don't respect the people you're in relationship with and appreciate them, and they don't respect you and your time and what your obligations are and what you need to do, and you don't feel appreciated, then the cracks in the relationship will come up. We have, going towards the end of the month, here's the 30th, we have an exact Mars square Pluto, which is intense, and Mars is connected to Mercury, which is intense words. So there can be some strong words that are communicated. Sometimes this can be good. We just need to get something out. We need to say something. So it can be, clearing the air in communication. But there's an intensity with it also. And it leading up to New Year's Eve, this is one minute after midnight on the 1st of January. It's very beautiful because we have the moon in Capricorn coming up to, it's not the new moon yet, that's on the 1st, the next day. So that New Year's Eve, we have this release. It's called a balsamic moon. It's releasing. It's a time of releasing, which is a perfect symbol for letting go of the old and preparing for the new.